What I was going to ask you, oh yeah, sorry, back to the question. So let's say if your daughter say, okay, I'm ready to go to a hairdressing school, where will you send her?
To be honest, currently in Singapore, nowhere yet.
Because?
I'm not so exposed to other schools myself because I'm not clear about their curriculum. So, and at the same time, currently, to be fair, it's not a necessity for her to have a certification to prove that she can do hair. And currently, her level of skills and the way that she's doing hair, she is already very good for her level of work.
But like, I mean, the reason why I'm asking these questions is because in a country, I'm assuming in most countries, especially in Singapore, paper qualification is so important. And at the moment, the only hairdressing certification that is recognized by our Singapore government is from the ITE, which is the Institute of Technical Education, right? So, of course, we've been doing hair, like, you know, no matter how much money and time we spend on whatever certification, it's not recognized by our government.
Of course.
And again, from my own, yes, but for my own experience, that not having that paper qualification definitely closed many doors. So, and now your daughter is in the even, you know, relevant, like current generation where paper qualification is almost anything. So what would be your advice for her?
Maybe I'm really a little bit old school on that because right now, it's not that I don't believe in education. I'm actually pretty good in studying, but I just never finished my studies. What I'm sharing with my daughter is my own personal experience and how I view the world today. Paper qualification has surpasses its needs in terms where there is a flood of it, it's flooding now. So to my perspective is that because education is, a lot of people believe that it opens door for certain jobs. But this generation that the doors itself are limited. I agree because it is the fact. But the world is also starting to change where now the hiring concept and the hiring process is changing not just because of diplomas or degrees. Paper qualification is not the only aspect now today. So for certain degree of work, especially in our industry, is that you need to be able first prove the level of your work. From there, you will be able to get your business.
Competency over
Exactly.
paper. Okay.
I agree. But that is the challenge part. I'm not saying that every single person should do what my daughter is doing or what I'm doing. My daughter is lucky because she has an environment. Myself, because I'm very into education, so I know how to educate her and I structure my education for her, personalized. It's very different. But if anybody who is interested in hairdressing has to go in a different direction. You cannot just, you know, unless you're lucky your dad or your mom is also a hairdresser, you can learn from them. Or you have to really go down the old most traditional way is being an apprentice for a very long time.
Yes.
If not, go for a school that can give you the basic skills. So currently, like what we just mentioned, IT is the only recognized by the government. But the trade-wise may not necessarily be true because now a lot of the businesses in Singapore in hairdressing itself, they will hire somebody as long as they're capable.
Yes, definitely. And also, like, I think like for us to be in this industry long enough, Singapore is the kind of environment, at least for now, that as long as you dare to hold a scissors, okay, I'm a hairdresser, but we know like places like UK, America, even Japan, like we need some licensing, and I think, I hope Singapore will take our time to move towards that direction.
We are.
Yeah.
Actually, we are. Like right now, what you're doing today, you're exposing our industry to more and more people. And definitely those people who is already in or aspire to be. Myself, when I do this platform, I'm also doing the same thing. I'm trying to improve and I want to elevate the level of hairdresser first so that when you have good hairdressing, you have good people to advise the government or to advise what we will call the next or the future hair salons, hair academy to do. Because right now, we have a lot of academies in Singapore are still teaching a lot of the materials that they bought or they create like 20 years, 30 years ago, which is totally irrelevant. So we need to to have the correct information that can be shared to them.
Okay, whatever you just share, I'm afraid I am not in a position to agree or disagree or
Yeah.
comment because I haven't stepped foot into a hair academy for a long time. So yeah, I just want to
Of course.
clarify that. Anything else to add? Oh, actually, I do have something before I forget. So like, again, I want to highlight the fact that we mentioned about, okay, paper qualification is not everything. But having said that, we are not implying that education is not important. You know, we are
Exactly.
both, after some years, we're back into education again.
Exactly. Because right now, what we are doing is actually we are trying to pave.
Yes.
A lot of people will always believe that I don't believe in education. I'm just saying that I don't believe in the current system that we have.
Yeah, so we don't believe in paper chasing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and learning for the sake of passion, not learn something because this can open up doors.
A lot of people have this mindset. I mean, of course, my age, especially I'm the X-Gen. So X-Gen was brainwashed to believe, hey, you have a degree, your life will be very good, or you will earn a lot of money. And money was the only thing that we thought that we wanted to do.
For the boomers, yes, but for our generation, like, you know, the society is always evolving and
Exactly.
changing.
So we are going to be part of cultures. So I hope that hairdressing is also part of a life culture rather than just service. That's why when I did this platform, as it evolves, I find that there is a small little thing that it can do for all of us. So I feel that if we can get conversation going towards the positive direction, where we are not just letting the government or letting the relevant authorities hear that, oh, we're just angry. We are actually trying to make sense. We are mature as an entity, as a business. We are maturing well, and
Yes.
how are we going to get to the next level? And we have proper conversation rather than, oh, what can you do for me? No. What can we do together?
We're not. Yeah, definitely. I think one thing I really appreciate about like why we connected so well is because like it's not about sitting around and waiting for things to happen
Exactly.
and waiting for
Do
our
something.
government to do this and that. It's like let's do
Exactly.
something together. Let's talk. Let's get involved.
Because
Right.
everyone has a strength. Like she's right now, Catherine is creating a platform where she's sharing a lot more information, where you can get the access to the information anytime you want. Just pick up
Thank
your
you.
phone.
Thank you.
Then the variety of knowledge is up to you. It's there. Whereas I'm doing more focus, where I want the interaction between humans. I want them to be able to converse and then move towards the positivity.
Yes.
And-
Sorry, one last thing to add is like everyone is entitled to our own opinion.
Exactly.
Whatever we share on this platform, on my website,
Say one.
you might not agree, and it's okay. You know, we don't have to entirely agree because it's just sharing.
Exactly.
You know, and the way to get things going is like, hey, you know what? Like we just had this like I beg to differ, blah blah blah. But that's how we sort of like, oh, rethink my perspective. Should I change a little bit of this and that? Yeah. So that's also one thing I like to share. I'm not like, oh, you know, this is my opinion and this is the way to go. I might be wrong, you know? Yeah, so that is something I really like to share. Like, even though I've been in this industry for 20 years, I'm still a baby. There's still a lot more to learn.
It's weird, right? Most of us, once we cross that stage, we suddenly realize that we know so little.
100%.
So little. So, having said about this platform, this little platform also helped me to.
Stop saying little, okay? You know, everything got to start somewhere.
So, this seeding platform has already helped me to connect to a friend from Mazala and Taiwan. So it's a friend where we met many years ago, and it's basically on a hairdressing event too. And something that happened is that he's also doing something in the UK, and he's calling it Life With, where you get platform art, you get artists, you get hairdressers who's passionate, famous, good in their craft, who has passionate in certain craft of hairdressing, particular discipline in hairdressing, come together at the same spot, sharing right in front of you, you know, in a salon space, just 2 feet away, and sharing their skills.
So literally up close and personal
Yes,
sharing.
and
Okay.
it's not teaching. This is showing this is how I do it. And
Amazing.
it's done for. It's like what I'm doing. But I talk, he shows.
Okay, so 不要卖关子了. When is it happening?
It's going to happen in 16 August.
Okay, hi everyone. Please remember 16th of August, and where is it going to happen? Take place?
Live with Live with in Singapore, 16 August, happening at the Lawn Hairdressing.
The lawn. Where is the lawn?
The lawn is at Tiong Bahru.
Tiong Bahru.
So you
Okay.
can go and find some nice food there, also nice parks and everything. You know,
Right.
the nice, very nice vintage place. My friend has a beautiful salon which he agreed to close early because the event is going to start at 8 o'clock to 10 p.m.
Wow.
And we're gonna
10,
have
are you sure? It's going to
you
go
know,
way past
yeah,
that.
I mean,
Right.
you see, the thing is that it just happened over a simple conversation. So I talked to JB, come on, we want to try this,
Right.
let's do it, something like that in Singapore. And he was game
So for
it.
audience who don't really know who JB is, no offense to you, JB,
Of
but
course,
you
of
know, so can you please share with our audience a little bit more about
Okay.
JB's background?
JB is an educator. He has his own education brand called M&P, and they are very good in letting you understand what hair cutting is about. It's not just about cutting hair. Why you do it? That is something. If I'm correctly, that is their motto of their educational concept.
They do a lot of foundation training, and he himself spent
He has
many
a-
years with Vidal Sassoon.
Yes, he was one of the principal educator, and he was also had a very strong tutelage under the famous Tim Hartley. It was Tim Hartley who actually brought him out, and, like, introduced him to the world.
Right. And the best part is he is doing this for free.
Yes, we are all doing it for free. You know,
Yes.
all of you just need to come and see what other fellow hairdressers been doing. We are not just that person you see on the small little thing on the stage. You know, I mean, I've done hair shows, I've seen hair shows. You know, yeah, we're very far away.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun event, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, please come along. So anyway, I will
Bring a friend,
include
fantastic
all the
friend.
information about the event, the dates, the
Yes.
venue at the show notes.
And then the lineup is going to be big.